Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. Now do me a favor, if you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. I try to put gaming content out like this on a steady basis, and if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, please give it a thumbs up. Now with that said, today's video, I want to show you guys all the amazing pickups I got in the last couple days. Now since Christmas, the GameStops near me have been just crazy. If you haven't already heard about it, GameStop right now is having a buy 2 pre-owned games and get 2 for free. Now that is an amazing deal. You can get some absolutely just killer prices if you go and select the right kind of things. And not only that, I have another GameStop that unfortunately by me is going out of business. So they're actually having a going out of business sale. If you follow my channel, you'll know that I talk about a lot of GameStops by me. There's actually about maybe 5 GameStops in a 20-minute driving radius, some of them being within 5-10 minutes, most of them anyway. But you know, within 20 minutes of driving, there's probably about 5, maybe even 6 GameStops. So the area is completely oversaturated with these you know, gaming stores. So it's absolutely crazy. Now the one that is closing I can see because it's actually in a mall that hasn't been doing good for at least the last decade. Now this mall has pretty much all but closed at this point. I think there's like, besides the GameStop, there's like 2 other stores. So it kind of makes sense that GameStop was gonna that one anyway was gonna close, most likely before any of the other ones. I can definitely see why they're shutting that store down. I mean, that mall doesn't do much business. That GameStop probably does the most business in that mall, honestly. But you know, I think its time has come, unfortunately. Hopefully these other ones around me won't close. I'd hate to see that, especially a couple of the ones I really enjoy going to with some really great guys, honestly. But I want to show you guys some of these awesome pickups, so let's jump right into them. Now, first off, recently I picked up some PlayStation Vita consoles. I got 2 of them. I got the original 1000 model with the OLED screen, and I also got a Japanese slim model. And I needed some games. So one of the things I was saying is I wanted to get games that actually had the original boxes. I don't know what it is, but by me it seems like for every 10 to 15 Vita games, there's only a couple that have the actual boxes. But with this store going, you know, under, I wanted to just get deals on games. So I picked up 3 Vita games, and unfortunately they do not have the original boxes. One of them actually had no box at all, not even that generic game box. So luckily I did have a just empty Vita box, so I'm threw that game into that box. So first off, I have a game I do not know much about. It has the generic box, and that is Unit 13. So I don't know much about this game, but I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. I have a feeling this is probably a shooter. I could be wrong, but I think it may be like a first-person shooter. Now the next game is something that I am very familiar with, and that is Resistance, and this is Burning Skies. Now I played Resistance 1 and 2 on the PS3. They were some of my favorite games actually on the PS3. I know that Resistance 1 definitely was, and I played a lot of it when that came out. I never played this one, but I can definitely imagine what the gameplay is like, and I'm looking forward to playing this. And the one I'm most excited about is the one that I had no box at all, but the one that I chose to put into the blue case. And that is no other than Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Definitely happy to have the Metal Gear HD Collection on the Vita. That's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. So I got some other handheld games. I got some 3DS games. I love handheld gaming, so I was happy to get these titles at a really good price. I've actually been eyeing most of most of the games that you're going to see from this point on. I've been pretty much eyeing up for a while, almost picked them up at some point or another, you know, had them in my hand, maybe put them back for whatever reason. Maybe I just didn't have the money. Maybe there was other, you know, games that I just couldn't leave the store without, that I was pretty much went there to pick up. So maybe some of these games just didn't make the cut that day for whatever reason, or I went to go get it at another point and they just didn't have it, and maybe I haven't seen it even since till today. So pretty awesome. But the first game that I got for the 3DS is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. So pretty happy to finally have Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Pretty sweet. This one has the manual and the box, so gotta love that, right? Now these other two, same thing. They are complete, and I've been eyeing these up. Well, the one anyway, but I found them both, and that is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby for the 3DS. Now, I'm glad these are in really, really good condition, as you can see. Definitely not bad. The actual game is in decent condition as well. Now, I don't think these had actual manuals, but they do have some kind of a manual here. You know, not like the nice colored ones or anything, just these kind of, it says viewing the electronic manual. I don't know what that's all about, but I know they did start throwing these in a bunch of the games. Same thing with the Wii U, you find just stuff like that maybe instead of a game manual, unfortunately, but that's how these things go sometimes. Okay, so the next games are actually for the Xbox, and I'm pretty excited for this game right here because I've never actually seen it in the store until the other day, but I knew if I ever did find it, I was going to grab it right away because I seen this on hidden gem videos and stuff, and that is Lollipop Chainsaw. Pretty sweet. Kind of reminds me of what's her name? Joker's girl. Harley Quinn. That's it. I couldn't think of her name. The character that you play as kind of looks like a Harley Quinn or something, with the pigtails and the lollipop and all that kind of stuff and the weapons. So pretty cool. Definitely looks like a really unique game. It looks like you're killing some zombies and stuff. Just really, really wild stuff. I think there's a zombie with a spiked mohawk. So pretty cool stuff. But the next one I got is an expensive one that I probably wouldn't have picked up at this price. But with these deals, the buy two get two free, I was interested in this now. So I've been, like I said, eyeing this up for quite a while. I can't believe they still had it. But that is Alice Madness Returns. Now I know this is a good game. I heard a lot of good stuff about this. Like I said, I've been eyeing it up for a while because I do like the art style. It has like this real, just kind of creepy vibe. I mean, it's got Alice with a knife, a bloody knife. So it just looks wild and just looks something like that I would enjoy anyway. So definitely excited to pick this up because, like I said, this is a pricey 360 game. So I'm glad I didn't have to pay that full price that they were asking. I can tell you that. Now the next one is another one that I've been wanting to pick up since launch, and I really haven't seen any great deals on it, or maybe I have and it's just I wasn't able to pick it up at that time. This is a game I also want to get on Switch, but I picked it up on the Xbox One, and that is Resident Evil Origins Collection. Really happy to have this. I love Resident Evil, so this was a no-brainer, especially with getting a deal. I think this is one of the ones I actually ended up getting for free. So definitely pretty sweet, that's for sure. Alright, so moving along, I got some PlayStation 4 games. Now, this first one I'm going to show you is actually a brand new game, and when I went into the Gamestop, the guys really wanted to show me this because they only got one copy of this in. They were about to open it up, and put it on the shelf. I hate when they do that, but if they have only one game, they crack the seal on it, put it out there open, and sell it as a brand new game. I can't stand that, but that's just what they do for display purposes. I mean, I understand it, but it definitely sucks. But I got this before they winded up doing that. I mean, I honestly walked in right at the right time. And that is Gang Beasts. Now, if you've never seen this game before or heard of it, it's a game that's been digital. Now, I do have a digital copy of this on the PlayStation 4. I do play this with my kids. It's got some ragdoll mechanics, and it's basically like a wrestling fighting game with the ragdoll mechanics. Think of Human Fall Flat, that kind of a weird character movement, but a wrestling game like that, and that's what this is. It's a really odd game. The kids absolutely love it, so I had to have a physical copy of this. When I seen that they just came out with one, I want to say it just released on December 3rd, maybe? Or I don't know. They just got this at Gamestop, so they only had one copy. So they knew I probably would want it, and they were right. I snatched that up. So going back to the deals, this one I actually got at the GameStop going out of business because I got a good price on it, and that is Ni no Kuni 2. I definitely been eyeing this up since it launched. I'm currently playing the first one on the Nintendo Switch, the Wrath of the White Witch, and I really do like the game. I wanted to play the first one first anyway, so it's kind of good that I waited on getting this, even though I don't think it matters as far as like the story or anything. I think they're self-contained stories, but the art style to these games are absolutely stunning. They're made by Studio Ghibli, and they do a bunch of like really high-end anime movies, and they're just absolutely fantastic with their art style. It's like pretty much like playing an anime. It's awesome. And the next one is a remake of a PS2 game, and that is Shadow of the Colossus. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this game, probably even have it on the PlayStation 2. But I wanted this remake since it launched. But for whatever reason, I waited on it, and I'm glad I did because I got it for dirt cheap. So it's pretty awesome, I gotta say. And I've watched so much game footage of this game online, just checking out the art style and just how they remade the game from the ground up. It just looks absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to play this on my PlayStation 4 Pro. And the last PlayStation 4 game that I picked up is one that just screams just retro arcade goodness to me. It reminds me of wrestling arcade games of the past, and that is Fire Pro Wrestling World. I've been eyeing this up since launch as well, but this game wasn't very cheap, and I didn't want to pay full price for this. So I was waiting for a price drop that just didn't seem to really come too much, but this was finally my opportunity to pick this game up. It is awesome looking. It has a retro look to the wrestlers. You can pretty much create all kinds of wrestlers. I think you can download other people's creations onto your PlayStation to use those characters, because people have made all kinds of actual real wrestlers and everything with this creator, the fighter creator in this. It's absolutely amazing. And with that like retro kind of 16-bit, 32-bit vibe, I'm totally digging this, and I cannot wait to play this game. So that was my PlayStation 4 games. Now I want to show you guys my Switch games. Now, a lot of these are games that I passed up before and were in and out. Some of these are like small eShop games that got a physical release, and they just were in stores physically, and as soon as they came, they were gone. I should have picked them up when they first came out, but now I'm glad I didn't because I got them a lot cheaper. Now, the first one I got is Cat Quest. I've watched reviews on this game when it actually came onto the eShop, so I always was interested. It looked like a quirky game. I kind of liked the art style and stuff, and it just looked like a fun game that I would, wouldn't have a bad time. I'm not gonna have a bad time playing this by any means. I can tell you that. Just running around with a sword, a hack and slash kind of overhead view. Definitely something I'm interested in for sure. Now the next game is a stealth game that reminds me of Breath of the Wild with the art style, just like that cell shaded kind of look, and that is Origami Shadow Edition. I did see this game in the game store for a little while, and then I don't know how many times I picked it up, and when I seen it today, I was like, wow, I haven't seen that in a long time. It must have been a year since I seen this in the game store. And I used to see this quite a bit, but it hasn't been back in quite a while. So definitely glad I finally got that one. Now this is another one, a fighting game, and another one I had in my hands I don't know how many times. Wanted to pick it up, but just didn't. There's parts of this game I really do like, the fighting, but then there's other parts that I'm just not really into. It's just not for me, which is customizing female characters. And that is SNK Heroines. Now, like I said, I'm definitely in this game for the fighting. I want to say, it's got a lot of, putting different clothes on your characters and all that kind of stuff. I guess you can unlock them. That's cool, unlocking them, but I'm not into like changing their outfits and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure my daughter would definitely dig that kind of stuff, but I'm definitely glad to add this SNK game to my collection because they do know how to make fighting games. And the next one is actually a remake of, I want to say like a GameCube era game. I think it was on the Xbox One and probably the PS2. And that is Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Now, this is a game I heard a lot of good stuff about. I've never played it. I did watch some gameplay on it. It did look interesting, and I did want to play it. It looked like something fun and something I could get into. And I do like games from this era, so it's pretty much a no-brainer for me to pick this up. I had seen it when it first came out, but there was other things at the time I was getting, and I didn't know that this game was kind of going to disappear from stores so fast, because I honestly haven't seen this in a while. I'm surprised some of these games were even there, because they haven't been in this store for quite a while. Like years. I want to say I don't think I've seen that game in this store for at least a year. And this one I seen in there just briefly when it launched, and that was pretty much about it. And I'm glad I finally got this, because this is another one I actually wanted to pre-order and just drop the ball on, and when I went to get it, it was gone. And that is Guacamelee 1-2 Punch Collection. Now this has a Guacamelee 1 and 2 in it, so you can experience both games on one cartridge, which is absolutely awesome. And you know what? One of the cool things with this, and I love how these smaller developers do this, is you get awesome colored game manuals. This one has actually got the game manual for Guacamelee 1 and 2, and it's just, high quality. It's thick. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. You have the, the art in the inside, which you get games from these big developers. It's white in there half the time. I can't stand that. It's like, man, you got that real estate. Use it, Come on, guys. All right, so the next one is another game I've been eyeing up since even before it came out, and that's because of the art style. Man, the art style on this game is absolutely remarkable. It's 2D version art and gameplay style, and that is Trine 4. But this is also Trine Ultimate Collection, so you get Trine 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on this cartridge. And what's mind-boggling about this is they have Trine 4 on its own, and I don't understand why they did that. Now, I'm sure I didn't put this in my Switch yet, but I'm sure like maybe like some of these games are digital. I don't know what is digital and what's physical here. It didn't really seem to specify. I don't know, maybe they're all on the disc or the cartridge. I kind of doubt it. I imagine maybe 1 through 3 could be on here and 4 could be a download. But they do have 4 on its own, which is weird because they're about the same price. Now, I don't know if on that one maybe 4 is just straight up physical and that's what you get. But the weird thing is actually on this cartridge, it's actually labeled as Trine 4. So I don't know, and I won't know until I actually put this game in. But the cool thing is it's got reverse art and a map. So pretty awesome stuff. Like I was just saying about these smaller games, they really do hook you up. So happy to add that to the collection. And this next one is a game that's been out pretty much since almost launch of the Nintendo Switch. And it's a game that I have on the Wii U, and I thought about buying so many times, but I just couldn't bring myself to pay full price for this game. Like I said, I have it on the Wii U. This is a deluxe edition. It does have, I guess, all the DLC. It definitely has more content on it. And that is Pokken Tournament DX. Like I said, I do like fighting games, and this is no exception. This is definitely a cool fighting game using cool Pokemon, but I just, this game, I couldn't pay $60 or even still, even pre-owned, I think it was like 50 something, but using my pro membership, I think brought it down to maybe high 40s, and I also used a $20 gift card for pre-owned games that actually knocked $20 off this game, so that definitely helped sweeten the deal here. So I'm definitely glad that I finally have this game in my collection for Nintendo Switch, and I can actually now play it with more characters. My kids like to play this game with me. They're huge Pokemon fans, so I'm happy to have finally added this. And anytime I can get a deal on Pokemon games, I'm gonna go for it. I would have got Let's Go Eevee if they had it. I already have Let's Go Pikachu, but I'd like to have the other one as well with Eevee. But unfortunately, I wasn't there in time, and all those were gone. The thing is, a lot of people were focusing on all the big Switch titles, and I have most of those, so I'm looking for games just like this when I go there. Just little hidden games that you just wouldn't think about picking up, maybe because they're overshadowed by the Marios and Smash Brothers and Mario Karts and Zelda and all that kind of great stuff that we all love to get on Nintendo Switch. But, there is a lot of awesome little indie games that you don't have to, kill your wallet with, and you can just really bulk up your collection and just have awesome games. And the next two are a little bit different. They're both brand new games, but this one was actually part of the going out of business, or, the store closing sale for the Gamestop. And that is Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. I've been eyeing this up for quite a while too. I was actually going to purchase this. This is one I was going to buy regardless. So to get a discount on it was a no-brainer. This game, these Darksiders games are just absolutely awesome. I just picked up the third one. In my last PickUps video, I had showed it for $10 on Xbox One, which is a great price. But these are really good games. I have a blast playing them, and I'm really glad that I have this on Switch. Now, the last game that I have here is one that I wanted to get when it launched. I forgot to pre-order it, and they barely got any copies in. They were sold out by the time I got out of work. almost everywhere around me was sold out. I think there was a store in like 2 towns over, but I didn't want to go chasing the game down. I just was just tired from working and stuff, but it didn't take long and that was sold out. And then I just didn't see this game for a while, and then it showed back up, but it was different. And this is Darksiders War Master Edition. Now, if you're noticing, this game has a black spine and the Nintendo Switch logo is black. This was the first print run of this game, and it was actually a misprint, which is super cool. And I am probably not gonna open this game. And I dropped it, but I wanted to show you this one. Here is the Darksiders 2, just to show you, because I don't have the other version of this, the newer one, but it was supposed to have the red and the red Switch logo, but they just, for whatever reason, when they were printing this, they just made a mistake and they printed it like this. And that looks awesome. I mean, it just looks super badass, and it almost looks like they should have just left it like that, honestly. I have no problem with that. Now, yes, if you have it with your collection side by side, it does look a little goofy, but I mean, really, I don't know. I don't really care. I think it looks awesome. It just kind of goes with the whole Darksiders theme. I almost wish they did that on this one as well, but they didn't, so it kind of makes this one definitely special in my eyes. I actually ordered this off of eBay. I honestly didn't pay that much for it. I'm surprised. They did have the prices higher. I guess maybe they weren't selling like crazy, since you can buy, you know, just the red spined copy for like $29.99 or maybe even cheaper used, but it's not a very expensive game, so I don't know what they would sell this for. I think I did see it at some points for $60 plus. I want to say I paid like 30, a little over 30, maybe like 32 or 34 for it, so not too much over retail. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with what I paid for this, and I'm so glad I got this in my collection, because I didn't want to wait on this and be like, wow, now this thing is $80 or something. I definitely wouldn't want to pay that. But super cool. This is a great game. Like I said, I want to open it and play it, but I probably won't, just because this thing is super cool. Because I could go out and get another physical copy of this, or even just get a digital copy at this point and just put it right on my system, because this definitely is a game I would not mind just having on my system. But what do you guys think of GameStop's buy two get two free sale? Absolutely awesome. I mean, I can't even believe what I paid for some of these games. I mean, it was dirt cheap, and I tried to plan it out that I was getting really decent deals, and I think that it really worked out. I'm really happy with the outcome. But what do you guys think? Have you hit up any of these deals? If you did, what did you, what'd you make out with? Anything just like really awesome? Because I know there was a lot of games gone by the time I got there. People are eating this stuff up, and I can't even imagine how it is online. I wish I had more money. I would just buy a bunch of retro games now on their website. Going with this whole buy two get two, because it's an awesome deal. I know it's tough after Christmas because all of us are broke, but I dug in a little bit because I knew that this doesn't happen all the time, and I know that GameStop stores going out of business by me doesn't ever happen. This is a first, and hopefully it'll be a last. But what do you guys think? If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. Like I said, I try to put content out like this as much as I can. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, guys.